Hi, this is our class 11 and today we're going to learn more about DOM, like a document object model. And today we're going to learn how we can count element, how we can add DOM attributes, and how we can access those attributes. And we're going to learn how we can create the new element with DOM. This is going to be exciting. Let's start. So at first we have a basic HTML file as usual, and we have some styling to make this text bigger. And then we have a p tag which says hello, and we have a hello support. You can see all the changes here. Let me on the console log. Okay. There's a bug. It says the CSS file is cannot be linked, so just remove this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is the basic HTML file, and now we're going to see how we can manipulate the CSS with the DOM. Sorry. So let's start. At first, let's call us a box. Let's say. We have a div called box here. Let's see. This is the div we're calling. So this is our div is box. So if we just make it bigger, okay. Now the first thing I have to check that if this box have an attribute, has attributes, is a built-in function of a built-in method of JavaScript. So I just wanted to check that this element has an attribute called ID or class or anything. If we just say log, which is a parent, has called ID. The attribute is this. This is called attribute. Like it's just class ID, and it has an attribute called, this is an attribute, this is an attribute. So we ask that the parent element does have an attribute called ID. If we refresh, it's gonna tell us that parent is null. So it's something we messed up. So what we messed up, we said get element by ID, but here we give it the class, not the ID. So we have to just change it to ID. So now it's going to find, and now our console says true. True means that yes, this parent element has an attribute called ID, which is true because it has an attribute called ID. So this is how the has attribute work. If we just now comment it out, I wanted to do another thing. So we wanted to add a new attribute with a new class. So we can just say, like, we can say like, now I wanted to add a class on this div. This is have an ID called box, but now I also want to add a class. So what I can do, I can say parent set attribute. I can say set attribute equal to class, and that class name will be the second parameter would be name. So I can say status. I said it. So I just set a new attribute to this box. So how I can check? I just literally go to inspect and check if this is working or not. Yes, you can see our ID, our div box have another attribute called class and style, which is not in our original index.html file. You can see we don't have the class, but now we have. We did it by manipulating the DOM, and we just adding the new DOM element and replacing them. So these things we can do. These are the set attribute one. It is very important, and most of the time we use that set attribute sometimes. And then the second thing in that we can also get attribute. So now we just set an attribute. We can also get attribute. How get attribute works? So if we just that console.log, just to show what we are doing, we set parent. Sorry. So now we can also get the attribute as well. So if I wanted to take the attribute like which text or which class does this element have, so we can just now check like that. Let's say parent get attribute, and now we can say that I want to get attribute of class. So if this element have an attribute called class, it will give me the what class it has. So if I just save it and just have to go to the console. So it says null. That it says that class doesn't this attribute doesn't have any kind of attribute. That means null. So it might be messed up somewhere because it should have an attribute. So if I say ID, it has ID called box, but our class should have an attribute called class, right? Because we add it here. So if we just say class, it says no. I think you got the error. What I did mistake here. So the mistake is like I comment out this, so it doesn't have now the class, but now it will have. Yes, now it's like style. If I just say styles, it will also change it to styles. So yeah, this is how the get attribute and set attribute works. So in this with this DOM model, we can also do something like that. We can let's comment out this. if we just wanted to see that which child nodes does this div or does this element have, we can do that easily. We can just say new var and just say child equals to parent dot chil d child nodes nodes. Okay, we just say that our child is going to be parent child. Which child element this box have, it's going to give me the those. Let's see how it looks like. If we just now console of this child, you can see it gives us a node list because it has a text.n. It is something we'll learn by time, because it is some data that browser does itself. Like we have some white space, like to read perspective, we have some white space like this. So browser do not like it, so it adds some initial text. Different browser does it differently, but in this case, the Firefox adding some space like text blah blah blah. But basically, we have only one child, that is h1, which is our 0 index. Okay, how the length work? You can also check that the child length. It is giving us that this child has length three child, but basically we have only one child. It's giving 3 because it has some white space here before and there. It's not accurate, but that's why we don't want to use that basically. Okay, so and now we're going to learn how we can create the new element for DOM, and why DOM is important. So we can create a new element. So how we can create a new element? We just say new node equal to document create element. Which element you want to create? I want to create a p element, right? Document create p element, and then what I want to put in that element. So let's just say no text equal to document create text node. Create text node. I want to say what I want to say. This is unit. Okay, I want to say this text to our new element. So how I can put this new element to our. So at first I wanted to say our new element, new node. I want to parent child node text, right? And then I want our parent to append child new node. So now we can see we have a new element called this is new element. We did it by DOM and manipulating the DOM. So you can see our this div, the main file is this one, but in our browser I have one more child. This is p, and this p have this text. P have another child which is this one. This is new element. We can do that other way, but this is the way of doing it. So and the one more thing we can do, we can add the nodes. We can add child and delete the child. So how we can delete the child? We can just say current remove child. What you want to do? Like you don't. You're basically gonna remove that. You can see this no. So this is for today, and hope you guys like it. Thank you.